To say part one of the Bachelor finale was cringeworthy is an understatement. Leslie from 106.3 The Groove has the harsh details. Super spoiler alert if you did not see the 3-hour finale last night.
Right.
We're about to tell it all.
Right, and it's tough because we had heard the rumors beforehand. It was hard to miss the rumors that were going around. So knowing this, starting to watch it, I was already kind of annoyed going into it because I kind of knew, like, well, this isn't really what is going to happen anyway. I got to wait till the end.
Yeah.
So, but first of all, we have two women, Lauren and Becca, left, and they meet Ari's family in Peru.
Starting with Lauren.
Yeah, we'll start with Lauren, who was super nervous to meet them, but she seems to be opening up a little bit more. She has a one-on-one with his dad, and talks about how she'd been engaged before. She got her heart broken, so that is in the back of her head that she's going to get heartbroken again with this engagement. She talks to his mom, and she actually breaks down, talking about how much she loves him, and she actually surprised herself that she was so open with her emotions because she's very close to the vest with that. She doesn't open up very often.
And she kind of won the family over.
She very much did win the family over, though his sister and brother did question him about, wait a minute, if you're always reassuring her,
right?
Have you had real conversations with her, because some of your exes have not been able to do that, and so they worried about that with him and her.
And I feel like that was kind of an insight into what Ari usually dates.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but everyone loved her so much to the point where, talk about pressure on Becca now.
Right. So Becca comes to meet the family.
Yes, super nervous again, and it starts with the mother who has a conversation with her, and again it brings up Lauren immediately. Well, Lauren, you know, I worry that she was engaged before, it didn't work out. Is she ready again? Like asking basically what Becca thinks, and she's like, she's very confident in what they have, and you know, she's like, why are they talking about Lauren to me? An awkward conversation number 3 by this point with Ari's dad, when he said, well, you know, we really liked Lauren yesterday and I'd be happy with either one of you. I mean, talk about like a girl's confidence going wah, wah, wah.
Well, and I feel like he was just trying to be, you know,
nice,
right, in the gray, and it made it even worse.
But it became like a running joke to me that literally then the brother and sister, so when, you know, what do you think about Lauren being still in the running and stuff? And she's like, what the heck?
But when Ari gets to talk to his family alone with either girl, they end up leaning
towards Becca.
Yeah.
They said that for his future, they see Becca, that it sounds like Lauren's the type of girl he's dated before. It has not worked out. And, you know, again, he's had to hold her hand this whole time. Yeah. So, okay, great. Well, he thinks he has his mind made up until their one-on-one dates final.
Again, starting with Lauren.
Again with Lauren again. And she surprised him, opened up completely about how much in love she is with him, and she has no doubts, and she's ready for that proposal and to get married to him. I mean, all this stuff he's been waiting to hear. She just brings it all on their last date, and he's just like, wow, well, I could ask her right now to marry me. So, and which is great for them at the time, but then he's got to go on another date
with Becca.
And in the beginning, he says, I was thinking about Lauren. But as the day goes on, he realizes all the reasons why he fell in love with Becca. Now, he's told both of them he loved them.
Right.
And he hasn't had any doubts. Well, that night, she's worrying, wait a minute, is he equally in love with both of us? And they've been very honest with each other. And he said, I'm still conflicted. That was the night before he was supposed to propose.
Yeah, let's put
still
that
conflicted.
Into perspective. This is like hours before he's supposed to say, will you be my wife?
Yes, and so that morning, he said he had clarification of what he was going to do. We see Lauren get out of the car first, so he's always the hints that.
On Bachelor Nation, yeah.
And so the thing that really made me mad was he let her stand there, pour her heart out to him, how much she loved him and the future they were going to have. And then he basically was just like, yeah, I thought about this and there's something missing. I can't place it, but I can't go on with this.
Because we've seen other Bachelor and Bachelorettes stop people from talking like, okay, this is making it even harder.
Worse.
Maybe not. Let's just cut this conversation a little short, but he didn't.
Yes, and she's just like, wait, what? And she was so nice about it because she's just like, I still love you, but I just want you to be happy. But in the car, she says, how can he get down on one knee and propose to somebody else when he just said he made the decision this morning, that he was still conflicted up until this morning? Great point that she makes, which...
Literally the last words he says to her when she gets in the car is, I love you.
Yes.
Right.
Awkward.
Literally minutes later, Becca walks in.
Yes, and she pours her heart out to him. he comes back and says, I love you too. I choose you every day, which I think is a line from another Bachelor that did that in the finale. I don't remember who, but I was like, what? So of course she head over heels, so happy. They seem really happy. So then we fast forward to some scenes of them in the weeks after this, and they looked very happy. But you start to hear Ari talk about how he has not been able to stop thinking about Lauren, and that he's torn about that. And he said Becca has known this, but she obviously doesn't know how big of this thing it is, to the point where he's like, you know what, I got to do this. I got to go see if I have a chance with Lauren.
Yes, basically they fly Becca and Ari to a house in LA after weeks of, this is now some weeks they haven't seen each other, and she thinks they're getting together to kind of, you know, be together and rekindle and think about their future. And as Chris Harrison said, it's never been done in reality TV before, where there's no editing. No. It's just we're seeing this raw footage of them.
Yeah, you have 2 cameras.
And it was an hour-long breakup.
It was really tough to watch. And you could tell, she says later, she goes on live with Chris, that she blacked out. She was in shock. She just was just like, the line that killed me was, I just want you to be happy, and it's not with me.
Oh, the line that got me is when she said, well, if you're half in with me, won't you be half in with her? And he said, no, I'm all in with her. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, she had pictured him being the father of her child. She was ready to move to Scottsdale with him.
I know.
Like, everything.
Really quick, I know tonight we're going to have a 2-hour her, Lauren, Ari, everybody's coming in. So you guys, there is a night 2. But really quick, I want to leave everybody on a happy note.
Yes.
There was actually a happy engagement over the weekend. You're sporting some new hardware today.
I got engaged
over the weekend
at the Grand Canyon. Completely shocked me, and I'm so happy. And if he ever comes back to me in a few months and goes, can we have a talk? I will kill him.
That's not going to be a thing. So congratulations
Thank
to you
you
and Keith Leslie. That's wonderful. We had to leave you guys on a good note after all that bad news. You guys watch what sounds like going to be the most awkward after the final rose ever tonight on KGUN 9. And we'll be back tomorrow to recap it all. Visit 1063thegroove.com to read Leslie's blog as well.